Change. The act or instance of making or becoming different. Most people don't live the lives that they want to live. They get a job they don't want to get. They don't ask the girl they want to have. I know I'm a victim of this. Yeah. And they simply don't do the things that they want to do. Well, why wouldn't they? Because they fear the outcome that might come to pass. It doesn't feel safe. There are risks involved, and as humans, we prioritize comfortability over everything else. And so they'll get the job that seems safe because it seems like it doesn't have much change from what they're used to doing and what they're used to seeing from other people around them. But do you really enjoy your life? I'm not saying that you hate it, but you can't shake away the feeling that it could be so much more than what others have told you it could be. Inside, you want to change. I know I do. This is why I'm doing these videos in the first place. I rarely post on social media as it is. Like, this is pretty scary for me to do. Talking on camera and posting online just so y'all can see me. And honestly, I actively cringe at these videos that I do. But I refuse to let my fear control what I do and eventually manipulate myself into thinking that I didn't want to do this in the first place. I'm trying to cope, not trying. So in this video, we're gonna go after the second chapter of this book right here, the universal law of change. What you need in order to achieve change and what obstacles of fear that you will have to go over to achieve it. So there are three fundamental aspects: faith, choice, and desire. Faith is defined as a firm belief or trust in something or someone, generally for which there is no objective proof. It is the belief from which all doubt has been removed. You have to believe that change is possible, because as long as you're striving for change, then it is. And faith isn't just some religious term. People use faith all the time. They just don't say that it is faith. For example, people who go to the gym to lose weight and have achieved their goal had faith in themselves that they'll lose weight. There was no objective proof, like a picture from the future, to reassure them that they'll lose the weight. They just simply believed that they can do it, and they did. In order for you to change your life for the better, you must affirmatively identify and specifically define what better life means to you. Then you must choose to pursue this better life you have defined for yourself and make the changes in your thinking and acting that will bring it out. Every challenge and opportunity that we experience confronts us with a choice. We can either choose a positive approach or a negative approach. And even when we don't make a choice, life is gonna choose a choice for you, and usually it's going to be bad. So we have two choices: take control of your life or let life control you. The key ingredient for change is desire, burning desire. Unless there is a deep hunger, a burning desire for the changes you want to bring out in your life, these changes will not happen. Obviously, you have to want to change, but everybody wants to change something in their life. The only difference between people who do change and people who don't is how much they want it and how far you're gonna go to achieve it. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Why is change so scary? At some point in everyone's lives, we want to change something about it, and yet we hesitate to do it. Why, you ask? So there are three main fears that keep people from making the changes that they want to make: the fear of change itself, the fear of criticism, and the fear of failure. Some people fear change itself. Like, they say they want change, but at the same time, they want everything else to be the way that it already is. This fear of change sometimes manifests as a fear of the unknown. One of the pitfalls of being successful but unfulfilled is that it is easy to become complacent and satisfied with that you have accomplished. When this happens, you become fearful of making changes because you're not sure how it's all going to work out. To attain one thing, you have to give away another. Everything you do has some level of sacrifice. And I mean everything. Because you could be doing your homework right now, but you decided to go and hang out with your friends. Sacrifice. See the sacrifice? Everything has a sacrifice. Come on. Ask yourself if the thing that you're achieving is greater than what you're letting go. The fear of criticism is the fear that I struggled with the most out of the three, which is ironic because a lot of people view me as some nonchalant type of dude who just couldn't care less about anything, which is true for the most part, though I wouldn't say the fear is about criticism, but more so a fear of how people view me. The fear of criticism robs you of your initiative and destroys your imagination. It is fatal to your personal achievement and encourages the development of inferiority complexes. When you fear the criticism of others, your desire for change is neutralized, and you remain stuck in the very condition you want to change. Honestly, you just gotta realize that what people think, say, and do don't really, they don't matter as much as you think. And I know you heard that so many times. Oh God, people start saying whatever. They don't really care. They're not really that much important. But it gets easier once you realize that what most people think, say, and do don't match up with each other. They'll say one thing, but they'll act a completely different way. When people do judge you, then there's a good chance that you're doing something right. But don't be that one close-minded person that says that everybody's praying for your downfall. Don't be that guy. You're really not doing anything for real. The fear of failure keeps you from trying. Fear of failure often manifests as a habit of procrastination. This way, you can talk about the better life you desire and know the changes in your thinking that are necessary to bring this better life about, yet you never seem to get started making those changes. The fear of failure makes you find rational excuses for not trying and understandable excuses for quitting, often just a step away from victory. Honestly, I feel like we need another word for failure. It's too negative than what it actually is. And I know you heard somewhere, in order to succeed, you must fail or something like that. And I think we just heard it so many times that it just lost its meaning in the sense that people still believe it to be true, but nobody goes through with it. And a little side note about confidence too. I heard somewhere, true confidence isn't some type of feeling that you acquire. It actually works like the cold. Just how cold is just the absence of heat, confidence is just the absence of nervousness and anxiousness. True confidence comes from being okay with failure. Starting something knowing that you're gonna be bad at it, but eventually you'll get better. Failure and success are two sides of the same coin. You can't acquire one side of the coin without accepting the other. Your attitude towards failure is going to determine your aptitude for success. Your willingness to succeed, basically. For y'all illiterate little. Some of y'all just don't know how to read, bro. I'm not going to hold you. Thomas Edison is a great example of this. Right before he invented the light bulb, he was being interviewed by a reporter, and the reporter asked him why hadn't he given up on this light bulb idea when he failed over 3,000 times, which is crazy. And Edison looked at the reporter and said, "Failed. I've never failed. I just successfully identified 3,000 ways that it will not work." If you're scared to fail, then you're scared to succeed.